If you spend any time online, you may have seen this video circulating showing a high school girls basketball game where, let's just say, it's pretty vicious. One team forfeiting after too many of its young female athletes were injured in the game.
A source telling Fox News Digital their opponent had a biological male on the court, who they say is more than 6 feet tall and has facial hair.
Officials at the school did not immediately answer a request for clarification regarding the athlete's gender identity.
Joining us to react, former NCAA board member Bill Bock. Bill, great to see you. You resigned from this NCAA board position in response to the treatment of biological women being forced to compete against trans women, but biological men. And just watching this video and reading the reporting from Fox News Digital, we're really heading down a path of women being injured and hurt. And that was one of your concerns.
Absolutely, Dagan. It was. The bottom line for any sports organization has to be competitive fairness, and it has to be the protection of women competing in the women's category. And it's also an aspect of federal law that organizations like the NCAA and high school athletic associations that aren't protecting women are violating Title IX. So it's a serious problem. Unfortunately, what happened to this young lady who was apparently injured her back in Massachusetts is not an isolated case. It's happened in volleyball in North Carolina. There have been issues like this in basketball in Vermont and California and other states. It's a growing problem.
You know, Bill, we have girls' sports because we want competitive fairness, like you mentioned, and this is insanity. I think all of us agree to that. How does it end? How do we get sanity back into, college and high school sports? Is it the athletes themselves? Is it the parents? Is it a women's movement? How do we let girls compete against girls again? Who drives that?
It needs to be a bit of an uprising, I think, around the country. Parents, coaches, having been involved in athletics, I was the general counsel for the United States Anti-Doping Agency for 14 years, and most of my career has been involved in sport. I know that there are a lot of well-meaning people in sport that prioritize those two things that we're talking about: competitive fairness and safety, and those are the bottom lines. Those are the values that need to be our North Star, and we need to frankly put those values at the forefront and stop with the social engineering in sport, because it's dangerous, as the video shows.
Bill, I heard an interview that you did with Dana Perino, and you said, because you worked on the Lance Armstrong doping case at the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, and you said, "I know from experience in science that the advantage that Lance Armstrong got through doping pales in comparison to the advantage that men have over women, even with testosterone suppression." How do learned, smart people not see that this is discriminatory to women and dangerous?
The evidence is overwhelming. There's a great deal of peer-reviewed scientific literature that supports the absolute biological fact that the differentiation between the male competitive performance and female performance, it really starts at birth. And by puberty, it's a large gulf that separates the strength and other performance abilities of men over women, such that every year in the United States, high school boys exceed or beat every women's track and field record on the books. The performance gap is that large. And so the data is overwhelming. There's no question that science is on the side of protecting the women's category. And we simply have to follow the science and have the courage of what we see with our eyes, that we're going to frankly stand up for women and against the foolishness of putting women in harm's way when they compete against males.
Bill, I know there's countless women and families out there who are grateful that you would lend your voice to this cause. Thanks for sharing with us today on The Bottom Line. We appreciate it. Bill Bock.
Thanks so much, Sean. Thank you, Dave.